I would like to begin with a simple quote. I don't remember who said it or, you know, where I read it, but it is such a beautiful quote that I am compelled to recite it here. Okay, I'm sorry, it's not reciting, right? Anyways, so here's the quote. The man who for the first time picks a small flower so that he can have it on his desk while he works has taken a step towards joy in his life. It is a very beautiful quote, when I think about it, and I have thought about it quite often. And it centers on this idea of picking a small flower for yourself, right? So often, you know, mostly I think in our life we buy flowers for other people. Mostly I think for people we love. And even there, I think we don't give flowers to our parents a lot. We give them to our girlfriends, wives, right? And this is something, I've thought about a lot actually. Why don't I give flowers to my father? I don't, don't I love him? Or and even my mother actually. Why don't I give flowers to my mother? Do I know what is the favorite flower of my mother? No, I don't. I've tried. No, I have not tried actually to figure it out. What flowers does my mother like? Or my father? Does he even like flowers? Or if he does like a flower, love a flower, what flower? Which one? Though I know what kind of flower my other one likes, But I don't know the two people who are most closest to me who I've grown up with. No, no, who I've grown up with, that I know their favorite flowers, right? I know their favorite foods, but I don't know their favorite flowers. I've never bothered to ask them, never bothered to ask what flowers they like. And so I've never given them any flowers, actually. And this is something I would like to change, This is something I would like to change about myself. That I also want to give flowers to my brother, right? To my mother. And, just to know which flower they like the most, which flower they find the most beautiful. And to give it to them, right? And at the end, I want to give flowers to myself, Uh, good flowers, actually. I like roses. I'm a very big fan of rose. I love roses. Uh, so yeah, I mean, I would say that give flowers to your parents, to yourself, to people who you love, and don't you love yourself also? So yeah, you should also get that flower. Oh, also, I love sunflowers. I love sunflowers a lot. You know, I bought a sunflower and now we're both looking at the sun. It's evening now, but yeah, yeah, looking at the sun, both of us. When the sun is setting, it's very beautiful actually. It's breathtaking. And if you live in a city where you don't really see the sky so much, you only see buildings, big buildings, tall buildings, huge buildings. You miss the sunsets. You miss how beautiful the sunset really is. Yeah, I think that is the drawback of city life, that you don't get to see the stars. I mean, if I ask you, when did you last see a star? And by that I mean, when did you last see the star, see a whole group of stars? Did you identify which constellation they are that you learned in your school class way back in, I don't know which class you learned it. I learned it in third standard. I learned that to figure out what constellations are there. And we used to really uh, sleep on our rooftops and then just stare, just keep staring at the star and keep identifying, okay, this is the one, that is the other constellation. And we kind of loved to do it. We loved it, to just watch the star, just watch the sky slowly, clouds passing, slowly passing and enveloping the moon, right? It was such a beautiful thing to watch in when we were kids, obviously. Nowadays you don't get to watch that a lot. Especially if you live in a city, it's impossible to watch the stars or the moon for, you know, for some time actually. Not just see them, not just glance at them, but really look at them. Just look at the stars, the moon, you know. That is something missing from our modern life actually. Myth is also missing because a lot of constellations have stories behind them, mythical stories behind them. Greeks had a lot of stories about the formations of those stars. I'm not going to talk about the stories really. That is not important here. So yeah, I mean, give your parents flowers, okay? Find out what is the favorite flower of your father, your mother, your grandfather, yourself even, you know, you should have a favorite flower actually. It does not mean that you discriminate, that you hate other flowers, but you have one. You have one which makes you feel good, which makes you feel you. So yeah, go and buy some flowers for yourself first, then find out actually what your mother, your father, your parents like, which flower they love the most, then give it to themselves. Give them that flower that they like. And yeah, you know, give it to yourself also. It's not really the norm that we give flowers to our parents. Or mostly, I think we give it to our girlfriends, wives, you know. So I think it's time to give it to our parents also. And if you do that, if you do give flowers to your parents, then congratulations. You are good. You are a very good child, man, or son, daughter, whatever it is, whatever it is. You're a very good one, a very good human being. So yeah, thank you for watching. Go and buy flowers for yourself, your parents, and yeah, know what flowers they like. And I'm sorry if you're expecting a very, you know, detailed video, a philosophical video of that, any of that sort. I was not interested in doing that. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.